Well, I'd like to welcome you. I'm Kelly Trammell with the Office of Contracting and Procurement, and I would like to welcome you to this pre-bid conference. This is for RF, it's actually an RFQ. So it's RFQ 541543. This is part of the phase two based off CDBG DR funding. It's prior sewer repairs, sanitation, and HVAC. If you're just joining us, this call is being recorded. We have members here from our Housing and Revitalization Department that will speak to the scope of services. So the overview of this will kind of give you some milestones as to what dates that you need to take note of. Kind of an overview of some of the key points as far as what the minimum qualifications are, and then just a brief description of the background, and then we'll turn this over to Mr. Gaines, who will go over the actual scope of work. Then we'll have a period of questions and answers. Please keep in mind that any questions that you have here, we're happy to respond to you. But if you're looking for a binding response, those questions will need to be uploaded through Una Bonfire, because that is the system that we're currently doing our solicitations through. If you need assistance with that, I can assist you toward the end or direct you to the correct e-procurement people in the Office of Contracting and Procurement that can assist you. Um, Also, we would encourage you to pay attention to the project timelines and dates. Official question due date is January 16th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, those questions are to be uploaded through Bonfire if you do not ask them here, or if you're looking for a binding response. Um, the bid due date is January 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are only accepting responses through Unibonfire. Once we have set an award, then this particular project will go through the city council approval project a process as well. Some key things that we need you to take a note of: in order for us to even accept your bid, you must meet the minimum qualifications. Those qualifications are, thank you. Those qualifications are: you must provide proof of a builder's license in the state of Michigan. Bidders must provide bonding capability letter no older than 6 months. So we need to know, because this isn't a specific overall project. We didn't have a bid bond. So we need to know that you have the bonding capabilities, if necessary, depending on that particular project that the award will be assigned to. Bidders need to provide proof of mechanical, plumbing, electrical licensing, including those of your subcontractors. There is an attachment A questionnaire. We're asking that you complete that in its entirety. There is a section for subcontractors as well. Bidders must provide 3 professional references with previous experience that's similar to the scope of work that you have performed within the last 5 years. So that information can also be included amongst the attachment A. There is a section for you to include your professional references there. And again, I can reiterating that attachment A must be completed in its entirety and uploaded with your bid response. This particular bid does follow Davis-Bacon. It is a federally funded project. There is, I believe, with the documents, there is a prevailing wage from sam.gov, as well as some other Davis-Bacon information. Also, this particular project falls under the uniform guidance set in October 1st of 2024. So equalization is applicable to this particular project. So on that note, I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Gaines to kind of walk you through the scope of work and the expectations of the project manager.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Gaines. I am the director for the Private Sewer Repair Program funded under the CDBG-DR. In regards to the current project, as you know, this is funded through disaster recovery funds, which follows strict guidelines. And so we are able to service residents who have been drastically impacted by the flood that happened in June of 2021. With this, particular project, we've already serviced them by, or residents that will be assigned out through this project would have already been serviced, meaning that they've had their private sewer laterals repaired or replaced, and also had their downspouts and extensions replaced as well. And so with that being, the next part that we want to do is be able to assist those residents whose basements still suffer from the impact of 2021 flooding and making the priority of sanitizing the basement. And so what that probably would include or encompass is removal of flood damaged appliances and contents and debris and placed out to the curb properly. Also, removing any hazardous material that may have been left from 2021 that they were not able to sanitize and be able to repair. Also, within that, what would be secondary in the basement sanitization is any homes that still are without furnace or need furnace repairs and hot water tanks replacement. We're also asking the contractors to be able to do this work as well. And then also, if there's a boiler as well, to replace that in its place. And so that is the scope of work that is needed. Once again, one being the main priority is the sanitization, cleaning up any damaged walls, and then inspecting the furnaces and hot water tanks to make sure that those are efficient and well for the resident to be able to use.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gaines. So, do we have any questions? We will be making changes to the title in Bonfire so that it does indicate it's basement sanitation slash HVAC listed. Um, there are, and we also will make a note that equalization is applicable here. So this is a request for a quote. So we're looking for your total price. Equalization will be applied to your total price. Equalization meaning that if you're a Detroit certified business, through the Civil Rights, Inclusion, and Opportunities Department, you would have to upload your certification with your bid response in order to receive the equalization credit for that for this particular project. So Detroit based, Detroit headquarter, Detroit residents, Detroit small or Detroit micro business that also is applicable for Detroit business venture. I'm sorry, Detroit joint venture or mentor venture. So again, opening the floor if you have any questions. This is a perfect time. Go ahead, Martin.
So will and when maybe if will the city be providing specifications on the type of hot water tanks, furnaces, and boilers, or should we submit an example of what we plan to use with our submission? That's one question.
So if I heard you correctly, you said, will we be submitting specifications on the type of to be able to use? Yes.
Okay, so will you will have that out before we submit a bid? Because I didn't see a spec with the RFQ.
Let me see. If you submit I think the correct process, if you submit the question, we can, in the bonfire that we can put the answer for those for everyone. Is that accurate?
Yes,
Miss
sir.
Kelly.
So,
Yes.
so
Okay.
Martin, that is definitely one of those good questions that may result in changes to the scope and specifications. If you would kindly submit that particular question into Bonfire through the message service,
Okay.
and
And then,
then yep,
okay,
and then we would respond in accordance.
sounds good. And another question I will be
Mhm.
submitting is we're very familiar with Davis-Bacon prevailing wage, which actually just gives you an hourly rate. So that being said, it seems logical that with the submission that I'm gonna ask, do you want a template of approximately how long it would take to clean a basement, install a furnace, install a hot water tank? That way you can apply the Davis-Bacon rule to our number. So in other words, the numbers may have to be, and I apologize, my question will be more concise, is we will have to provide a template where we can apply the hourly rate. That's the better question.
Um, I, I and Mr. Gaines can correct me if I'm wrong. So in our pricing, we're asking for hourly rates just 1 hour. But if you want to upload in addition a separate overall sheet indicating, you know, the average time it would take, because each basement are is going to be different.
Correct.
So it's hard to kind of identify. You may have one basement that's very small, almost like a crawl space or something, whereas you
Right.
may have one that was a finished basement, which is something totally different. So that's why we are looking for your hourly rate, so that if that particular basement takes you 5 hours and you said it's $35 an hour, then we have an understanding based off of whatever project that the awardee is assigned to. Did I kind of explain that right,
Yep.
Mr. Gaines?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
correct.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You made it clear to me as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
That's
But
good.
but I mean, you're always welcome, as you know. If you have alternatives or something that we also should consider, by all means, upload it with your response. We're going to look at your other. We're going to compare based off of your overall bid sheet, overall pricing sheet, and any applicable equalizations. That's what we're going to make determinations. But if there is something that you think we should take a look at as well, we're always open to looking at what our vendors have to offer. Doesn't guarantee you the award, but we definitely want to look at it.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Kelly. Very nice.
Mhm. Mike, Shelby, did either one of you guys have any questions or need any clarification on anything?
No, we're good, thanks. It's kind of what the scope we've done in the past with this project. So we're
Oh,
pretty well versed in how things work. Thank you.
okay. Mike, what company do you represent?
Premier Group Associates.
Oh, okay. Thank you for joining
Oh,
us. And
oh,
Shelby?
If it's Shelby Hahn, she's also
Oh,
from
she's
PCA.
also with Premier. Well, thank you both for joining us.
Yes,
We appreciate that.
thank you.
And I'm assuming that you received the invite through Bonfire, that communication came over that way.
Correct.
Okay, great. It's always good to know. So, just to reiterate, because I know a couple of you guys came late. This where did I do it? My timelines. Okay. That the question due date deadline is the 16th of January. If you need assistance in any kind as far as navigating through Una Bonfire, you by all means please reach out to me and I'll make sure that you are in touch with our e-procurement team to help guide you through the process. And the proposal due date is January 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is responses will be accepted through Una Bonfire. So if we don't have any additional questions or anything, Martin, I'll be looking for your question in Bonfire, giving us a jump start on how to respond to it. So we appreciate that. And this would conclude this pre-proposal conference, pre-bid conference. Thank you all and have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
as
you.
well.